God, we are live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Digging for Gold. Let's go out there and then our hills and find ourselves some leads. Everybody up for that? Hey, I got a question for the group, for all of you in the chat room out there in chat world. Have any of you implemented any of the strategies we've talked about? Are you doing anything with this stuff, or are you just simply attending webinars and enjoying yourself? Is anybody getting any results? Is anybody making any progress? Come on and talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. Tell me what you're up to. Let's see. Let's see who I can pick on. Mario, can I pick on you? Are you doing? Have you used it? I don't remember how often have you been here, Mario? Have you tried any of the strategies we talked about? What if I bring you over? Would that be acceptable? Marta, I will get started. Okay, Marta, I hope you're going to get started. Anybody else have anything to say? I don't want to single anybody out, really. Mario, Chris, I know. Absolutely, yes.
All right.
Can I bring you over, Mario?
Yep.
Let me bring you over. No, you can decline the invite, but I just sent it.
No, he said yes.
Ooh, Marta. Marta, how do you pronounce my name? Marta. Marta's complaining that I don't pronounce the T in her name. Telling you. It's my Pennsylvania Dutch accent, Marta. I guess it does sound like I'm not saying T, but I am saying T.
Sounds like a
Marta.
D.
Huh?
Marta. Not Marta. Marta.
Marta. I am saying T. It is a T. I know it's not a D.
Sling.
All right, where'd Mario go? Mario. Lawrence. Is that the evil Lawrence?
Probably not tonight.
Mario, how you doing, buddy? I guess you're not doing very well. You don't have a... Oh, there you are. Mario, where are you?
You see me?
Where are you?
I'm here.
Yeah, but you look like you're at a baseball or a football game or something.
It's forever.
Is that a Cubs hat?
It's taking forever to come over.
Yeah, it did.
I'm going to mute up.
All right, let me mute up.
So I think hopefully we didn't misunderstand each other. What strategies are you using, and are they working for you?
The strategies, you mean, I'm using that Facebook thing. I'm using also give out the two books, if that's what you're asking me.
Well, but how are you finding people to give the books out to? You're using the Facebook thing, but what does that mean?
Well, I mean, in other words, I go out on Facebook and go to different social platforms that I like and different groups and talk about, I used to talk about Toxic Talk and invite them there. Then I also, now that the books are available, I'm experimenting this yesterday and today. I'm experimenting in offering them either the book really, dealing with issues about how to perform properly, the 200 different things that Dr. Firebog does, Dr. Doug did. So
Yeah.
I think that's important for people because a lot of them, from even last night's training, a lot of people are very frustrated. They don't have they don't have the proper skill sets. They don't have the proper training. And this is just very easy. And then after today, where we're talking about where we can evaluate, 15-minute evaluation, I'm going to implement that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I've got, and I do a lot over LinkedIn. So a lot of those guys are interested in that. Especially my LinkedIn guys are interested in the 15-minute evaluation of their business.
Okay. Let me come back. So but with Facebook, this webinar on Tuesday nights has been primarily focus on Facebook.
Right.
Well, primarily, we have focused on Facebook. Um, and so one of the strategies we teach is posting in groups, and that's the one that you're using. That's working for you. Now,
Yes.
when you're posting in the groups, are you also interacting in the groups?
Yeah. In other words, what I do personally is if I post in a group, I'll read about 10 people's different comments and I'll like it and make a response on it. If it's an interesting post and not political, then I'll make a comment and say, hey, that was good advice, or, oh, well, you know, my experience was this, this, and this. Example, let's say people say to me, I'm having very difficulty trying to get a phone number. I said, you know what, just reword it and say, ask for their text number. It's the same damn number, but, you know, I get 7 out of 10 if I ask for a text number. I get 3 out of 10 if I ask for a phone number.
You know, that is a huge gold nugget.
Yeah.
That is huge. And you're right. You're right. People are less sensitive about a text number than they are about a phone number, even though it's the same number.
Right. I don't ask me, but I mean, that's exactly what, I mean, I really didn't believe it, and then I started experimenting, and it was amazing.
Well, you know what it is? People don't like to talk on the phone. They're afraid to talk on the phone for whatever reason. I don't understand it, but they are.
Well,
I mean,
I think they get the impression they're going to be sales and bombarded. So
yeah.
And then the other little 2 tricks, I'll show you what I do. I mean, I'm not shy. So, you know, when you have birthday things, most people just post happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'll get on there. I'll use the I call it Instagram. I don't know. What is it, the private messages?
Yeah.
Okay. On Facebook private message, I'll wish somebody a happy birthday. And if I really know them, I'll sing it to them.
Okay. I've done that.
Okay. So those are, you know, I'm getting a response there.
Absolutely done that. Now, hey, Laura, come on unmute. First off, because the video for happy birthday, you have to do that on a mobile device, right? You got to do that on a cell phone.
Well, yeah, but my cell phone I use almost all the time. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a way that you can do it on your regular computer if you have a camera attached to it, but it's pretty lengthy, and it's just easier to do it on your cell phone if you are able to do that.
Yeah, and that's the challenge that I actually have, but that's irrelevant because most people don't. What I do when I want to put a video on for someone's birthday is I just do it the way I do Coffee with Len. I do it on the video on the computer, and then I run it through Camtasia and put it over. It's a little lengthy, but I have done that.
Yeah.
Especially for people that I know very well. And we'll come back to birthdays in a minute. When we go live to Facebook, we'll come back to that. But you're doing posting in groups too. Now, once again, I'm going to put the invite out there to Chatland. Does anybody else want to come over and interact tonight? Because, I mean, for weeks and weeks, I've been telling you folks what I'm doing, and I've been showing you different strategies and etc. So it's time for you to begin to show us what you're doing, and you know, who's having success and what's working for you and what isn't. And Laura's also been sharing with you some of her strategies, and I'm going to share with you a few tonight too. But so Laura, you're posting in groups now too.
Yeah, I basically changed it up a little bit because, you know, I was going and I was commenting on like Tony Robbins, and there was a couple other ones, but it's most of the time I just got people saying that, yeah, I like them too, and they were more about mindset and not really about what we were, you know, what I was looking for. I'm looking for leaders, but they also need to be, you know, somebody who is willing to, you know, think about a new direct sales company or whatnot. And I just really wasn't catching the right people. So I decided that, you know, I'm posting in groups now just because we have the closing magnet and the funnels. And what I decided to do was I just thought that if I'm posting in groups these things, why not write a few different groups down and just go in there and start commenting and liking and stuff like that on different things. And then, I don't know, I was just thinking that maybe that people would then get to know me, and then they would look at my posts and say, oh yeah, I've seen her comment or whatever. So I just took a few groups because I've been doing a lot of, what do you call it? Um, I've been doing a lot of posting in groups all at one time. So my group posting are like clumped together. So I do 20 at a time. And so when I do that, I don't really go into each one of them, but I'm just picking like maybe 5 or 6 of them at first just to see if it works.
Okay, cool. And do you have any results so far, or is it too
Well,
soon?
I have my increase in friend requests has gone up,
Okay.
and that's kind of neat. And there seems to be more engagement with the group itself. So I'm getting in my notification bar, I'm getting more notifications because if I comment on stuff that people are commenting on, of course, that just increases. So that's what I've seen so far. I ran into some lady yesterday who it was kind of funny because she was just trying to tell me, it was, I don't know how to explain it, but she was just like, what do you do? And then I just told her, well, I help families, learn about toxins and in our products and in our bodies. And she was just like, oh yeah, well, and she like sent me this big, huge paragraph on how she is making sure that she's doing natural things now, that she's making herself more aware of it. And so instead of pitching her, I just said, you know what, that's awesome. Let's learn together. Let's share some of the things that we know and go from there. And she agreed. So I just figured I'm not going to poke her every single day, but maybe, every few days go in and just say, how you doing? What'd you find out the last couple of days? Anything new? Something like that. And we'll see where it goes.
Okay, cool. Cool. I was just reading Marta's comment. Laura's going to help me with the funnel system when I get my finances together. All right? Good, good, good. So, Mario, you got any other advice for the good folks out there about how to find people to talk to? Now, one of the things that I think that I'm hearing from you is, and I think this is critical, is you're not going for the juggler. You're going for making a friend, communicating, getting to know somebody.
Right. I mean, I want to build awareness. The seed is there. It's like I'm a gardener. I think you're a gardener too. So you don't throw in a seed and all of a sudden next week your vegetable is created. So I'm building the seeds. I'm throwing seeds out there. I'm giving quality content. I'm looking at people's issues. I'm asking them what their concerns are, what their desires are, and then I throw out something and talk about it. I do a lot of Facebook Live. And that's what I've been repurposing. I do probably two Facebook Lives a day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the one thing that I forgot to do, which I would recommend everybody, I don't know everybody, I have 8,000 followers in my 2 accounts. So what I've been doing is on the side, where you in PM, I talk to 20 to 100 people. I say, how you doing? We haven't spoken. So I'll pick 10 people that I haven't spoken to in a long time. Hey, we've been friends, but we actually have never spoken. How are you doing? And I'll leave it at that. Then I'll do that. So what I'm doing is about 100 a day between them and going through my list. Because they got on my list for some reason.
Right.
My other account is mainly real estate investors like me, mortgage guys, financial guys. But they're always looking for it. And, I can relate, and I tell people all the time, hey, are you tired of working 90 hours a week? If I could show you a way to make that same kind of income within a 2-year program and have the support and the learning skills in a team, that environment that's really very supportive, would you be interested? Even doctors, when I go over to LinkedIn, the people making 800,000, they're definitely interested in saving time. So that's one thing.
They're making 800,000, they're giving 400 of it to the insurance company, right?
Yeah. Well, and they're also not seeing their family.
Yeah.
So that's a big one there. Ask them a lot of times, the holidays are coming. They didn't have vacation during the summer. People didn't have vacation. So I said, how was your vacation? Oh, I didn't get the time away at work, you know, that kind of stuff. So you solve their. I'm always the solution provider. I solve their problems or challenges.
Okay.
I love
So
that. I have a question for Mario. Hey, Mario,
Yes.
when you say you go through your list
Yes.
and you know, how do you start at the top and how do you know like where you're at your list? Or are you just saying you randomly pick people?
No,
What's your method?
well, I mean, it depends. I mean, I have my list in categories. So I know realtors, loan officers, mortgage guys, they're looking for it. So I'll target them on certain times. This is a very starting the slow season for those people. So therefore their income is going to be hurting. So they're always looking for some extra thing. So, you know, I have it when I put them on the list, I tag what it is. So in other words, family members, real estate
Oh,
investors, mortgage
gotcha.
guys. So
Okay.
that I do that at the beginning. It's a little time consuming, but once you do it, if you do it in a habit, so every time I load up somebody, and the one thing
That's a
I'll tell,
okay.
yeah, and the one thing I would tell somebody, I don't know about the rest of you, I'm getting a lot of scams or spam stuff, junk. You know, I resent military people who act like they're military and they're not. You know, so it really irritates me. So what I'm doing is, I learned this now. I ask, what motivated you? What I'm curious. Why did you choose to be friends with me? And then I give them a day or two, and if they don't respond, I just delete them.
Okay.
So,
No, that's awesome. I know how to set up lists, but what I kind of got out of the habit of doing is I separated them all at one time and I got it all set up like I wanted them and then I stopped doing it.
yeah.
So now I probably just need to go back and I need to revisit that and just go back through and recategorize the ones who aren't yet. So
Oh yeah, because I mean, you know, we're going to get swamped. The three of us are going to, and the rest of us, the whole gang is going to get
yeah,
swamped in the next couple of weeks. And if we don't start putting in categories, we're going to be crazy. You
yep,
know, I mean, we're going to be overwhelmed, and I don't want to spend Sunday morning. I do that for the content for the week. I don't want to spend Sunday morning just going through a list
right,
because that's
okay,
not a income producing activity.
yep, okay, thanks.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. Um, so, do you have anything else to add, Laura? Let's jump over to Facebook and go live and go do some Facebook stuff for the folks out there.
Nope.
I didn't see anybody else responding to my request or my offer to come over. You know, before we go on though, I think everyone here is in Asante. And I think everyone here is in Shift Up. I don't think there's anyone not.
Junie just came in, and I don't know that she's in Asante. Is she?
Okay. You know, I don't know the answer. Junie, are you in Asante or are you in a Shift Up, or do you know? I mean, I know you know if you're in Asante or not.
I know she's in MLSP because that's when I met her, but I wasn't sure.
Okay, well, it's okay. If you're not, it's okay. What I'm about to say is not, doesn't apply to you right now.
Yeah.
For those of you who may not be aware, oh, there's a message. No, I'm not. Okay.
Okay.
For those of you who may not be aware, just let me make sure that you're aware of this. Angel Belachowski and Mary Ellen Duchesne started a 90-day challenge, effectively starting today. And the 90-day challenge is to talk to, for the next 90 days, talk to 10 people a day. 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the evening. Now, I don't know, and I don't think that whether it's 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the evening, or if it's 10 in the morning or 10 in the evening, or however you want to distribute it according to your time, I don't think that's relevant. The challenge is to talk to 10 people a day, and we got to define what the word talk to means. Does that mean physically getting on the phone and talking to 10 people? I think not. I think the strategies we're teaching here on Facebook can be effectively talking to people. If you're chatting with somebody one way or the other, whether it's on Facebook or in LinkedIn or in Twitter or in anything else, you're talking to them. 10 people a day, that's 300 people a month. Now, the challenge is actually only 6 days a week. You get Sunday off. Okay, so that's 6 days a week, 60 people a week, 4 weeks in a month, 240 people in a month, 3 months, 720 people. I think if you do that, and you just commit to 90 days, and 90 days goes by awfully damn fast. I mean, it's like Christmas will be here. Your head will be swimming. But I truly and honestly believe that if we do that, and Laura and I are committed to it, I don't know who else on this call is committed, but I really hope you are willing to stick it out and go. Look, Mario, you got something to say?
Oh, I did. I committed this morning or last night, whenever it was.
Right.
So I joined.
And some of you on this call are on my team, some of you are not. It doesn't matter to me. We're all here to support each other. And as the next several weeks goes by, we will continue this workshop. We may expand the nature of the workshop, but this workshop is going to become a support vehicle to help you meet your goals in the challenge as well. And we're going to be teaching strategies that you can use to identify people. We may modify the workshop somewhat, or fun shop or play shop. Let's quit calling it a workshop and call it a play shop. Okay. But at any rate, I would encourage you to take this opportunity, join us. And I believe if you commit right now and really do this for 90 days, you'll be a 5-figure earner at Christmas. And what do I mean by that? I mean that your income will be over $1,000 a month. We'll be in that neighborhood, and maybe substantially higher. But I think you could easily get to a 5-figure income, which actually is $800 a month, to make $10,000 a year out of it. And to go from 0 to that in 90 days, and maybe a hell of a lot more, but I don't know. I'm just saying, you can get there. You can break through this financial barrier. And let me tell you one thing for sure. The first $1,000 is a heck of a lot harder than the next $10,000 is. Once you break in the barrier, once you've got enough people on your team that you're beginning to see some duplication in your downline, once you've got the support vehicles in place and you know what to do, the next 10,000 is a lot easier than the first 1,000. And what do we say to them? What do we say to them? Well, that's what we've been training on in this webinar every week, Sue. And there is also a lot more training coming from the Shift Up team, and the Legendary Lounge. The Legendary Lounge went live yesterday.
Yeah.
Laura, yesterday. The Legendary Lounge is now live, and that is committed. And those of you who are not in the Legendary Lounge, I would encourage you to get into the Legendary Lounge. It's a training portal. It's committed to helping you and helping you with training. And Doug is pouring tons of value into that venue, so it's going to help you. At any rate,
Len, can I chirp in on Sue's question there?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sue, one thing that I know, I don't know, everybody else is different. Scripts help me, but I don't really like it because I feel they're canned and then it's not natural. I ask questions. What I try to do, Sue, is you say what to say to them. Act or envision or visualize that you're a doctor. When you go to your doctor, he doesn't just give you a diagnosis of something and say, let's do an operation without asking many questions. So whenever you talk to somebody, ask them questions. That gives you posture, and it gives you the presence that you know more than they do, which most likely it is. And then if you ask questions, the conversation will flow easier. Then you won't be wondering what to say. It'll just come out naturally. And then come up with solutions to whatever their challenges are. they'll tell you 9 out of 10 times if you ask them enough questions what they're looking for. And so you're not selling, you're providing a solution for their challenge.
Good, awesome. And just to keep in line with that, Mario, were you on the training last night, Mario?
Yes.
Okay. So we also have this business assessment training. Look,
right.
The funnels have gone live.
Excuse me.
The funnel, the closing magnet funnel is live, and you can start to use it. There was a training last night on the business assessment. You are going to have the ability to offer business assessments to anyone who wants one. And there's a whole format for how to do the business assessments. And I'm not going to go into that right now because we don't have time today. But I am going to do a training on the business assessment on Tuesday on Lunch with Len. I committed to that this morning on Lunch with Len. So Thursday on Lunch with Len, we have Daniel Winiger back on Thursday. And Thursday's topic is going to be alkalizing, the benefits of alkalizing. So Thursday's going to be just a dynamite Lunch with Len. And then next Tuesday, I'm going to do a training on the business assessment. And the reason I bring that up is that falls right into what Mario is saying, because the business assessment is really a whole series of questions that you ask somebody to uncover where their pain point is. So it's a 4-step process. Just to really do a quick summary from last night, it's a 4-step process. Step number 1 is to call and say hi to them, introduce yourself, make an appointment for their business assessment. Step number 2 is keep your appointment, get on the phone, and ask them a couple questions about themselves, how they're doing, et cetera. Then you ask what Doug calls the magnetic question, which is, what is the biggest challenge you're facing in your business today? And let them talk. And depending on their answer, you have 7 PDF files. Depending on their answer, you pick the PDF file that matches closest the answer to their question, what their pain point is. For example, their pain point, and for many people, their pain point is, everybody I talk to says, no one's interested in my business. They don't want to hear about it. And there's a PDF file then that gives you a whole nother series of questions to go down to uncover, and it's extremely interesting the way it's put together. But you ask them questions like, well, are you getting any support from your upline? Is there any training in the company you're in? How are you approaching people? What are you saying to them, et cetera, et cetera? And it leads you right down a series of questions where you can give them, okay, here are 3 or 4 things I think you should try. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's talk again in 30 days and see how you're doing. Bam. There's no selling at all. It's purely assessing and asking questions and getting information from them. And the beauty of it is you're going to make a friend for life. And many of these people, sooner or later, they're going to knock on your door saying, hey, you know what? My upline isn't really supporting me at all. Let's talk a little bit more about your upline and what you have and the support you've got in place. Meanwhile, they can be in the Legendary Lodge. They do not have to be in the Sante to be in the Legendary Lodge and be getting the benefit of that training. So once again, I'm going to do a full training on that on Tuesday. All of the PDF files are not yet released. They're supposed to hopefully be released within 24 hours now. We'll have it all available, and we'll do a training on Tuesday. So, and that's another vehicle that you can use to help with people. So, if you want to get into the challenge with us, let Angel Belichowski know that you want in the challenge with us. Laura and I are in it. Mario's in it. We're here to help you. We will train on it. We will support you. If necessary, this prospecting webinar will expand it. And if necessary, I'll go to 7 days a week and we'll do it every day. We'll get online together and we'll prospect together. We'll find people. We'll find people to talk to, and we'll help you. We'll do whatever it takes. We're here for you. So, well, I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sure, I'm speaking for Laura, but I'm sure she will too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. we're here for you. So we got that support system in place in addition to everything that Doug and Jody are doing and that Angel is doing. So we got a tremendous amount of support built up for you. So hey, let me go to screen share and just tell you a couple of things. I'm going to touch on a couple of things that Mario talked about, and then touch on a couple of other things that we were working on last week. We don't have much time. I'm going to cut it off in 14 minutes because I am doing the corporate webinar tonight once again. So we may have to, if I continue to do the corporate webinar every week, we have to decide whether we're going to move this webinar or we're going to just keep it at 45 minutes. But anyhow, let me screen share. Laura, do you have anything else to say while I'm getting the screen share up, or Mario?
No,
Okay.
just, maybe if somebody resonates with you more than somebody else, then team up with them. Get an accountability partner, somebody who you can, lock arms with and be able to, do whatever you're going to do every single day. And what are we? I already forgot what we're doing. We're doing the 3-3-3-3-4. So
that was Doug's recommendation, but it's not necessary. I mean, I don't think there's any magic in distribution. It's talk to 10 people a day.
Right, but I mean, that's what we're going to do. We can just start out with that and see if it works. But all I'm saying is, if you have an accountability partner, then you actually are accountable every single day for getting that stuff done. And if you're able to do that, let us know. If you want an accountability partner, we will find you one.
Yes.
I will personally go out and find somebody to see if they would be willing to be an accountability partner. We'll match them up, whatever we have to do to help, we'll do it. And I say that because, it's kind of off topic, but I've been in Weight Watchers for a year now, and having an accountability partner really helps me. So, and I know it helps my partner. So I think it's an awesome idea. And if anybody is wanting to do that, just let us know. Or let me know. That's all.
Yep. Good.
No, that's absolutely right. That's perfect. And just so you folks know, we're doing exactly what we're telling you to do. Laura and I are going to be each other's accountability partner. And I'm going to be embarrassed to wake up any morning and tell her that I didn't do my 10 people yesterday. So I'll be doing my 10.
You better not. You better make sure you have those done.
I've already got 7 done today. I did 3 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon because I know I'm doing the webinar tonight. But hey, well, let me just review for the people that are on here. I know some of you know this, but a couple of you may be a little weak in some of these areas. One of the areas that Mario mentioned is the birthdays. So make sure you're picking up the birthdays. Where's my lens page? And the reason I wanted to say that is because I actually saved a couple for you. Come on. We're gotta find the birthdays. 5. Okay, Vanessa Duplessis' birthday is today. Now, God, I hate it when Facebook bounces around like that. I had it right up there, and now it's gone. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, Vanessa Duplessis. So right-click, open link in new tab. You all know about this. You ought to be right-click, open link in new tab by now. All the weeks we've been doing this. So I go on over to. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. Can you guys just ignore me? We'll go back. No, it should have worked. Vanessa Duplessis. Right-click, open link in new tab. Wrong. Why isn't it open? Why didn't it open?
Because Len, you see, her doesn't have a name. She just has a number, so it's not a real link. You got to open up her link on this one. You see where the link URL is www.facebook.com/member.
Let me just do that. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. My apologies. I get carried away with myself. All right. Anyhow, we'll just go to now. What some people do is they write on their timeline. what we recommend that you do is go over and message her. Now, this is where if you're doing this on your cell phone, you can record a video message if you want. And I know Vanessa well enough that I would, if I could, I would record a video message to her, but I can't. As many of you may know, when I'm sitting down here at my house in Mexico, my cell phone's useless. So I'm just going to plop a message in. Now, it's pre-written, but Vanessa, happy birthday, Vanessa. Hope it's a great one. Any special plans? Now, the importance of this message is that it ends with a question, because most people will respond back with an answer. Some don't, some ignore you, but most will give you an answer. So I will get an answer back from Vanessa. She'll tell me that she's going out with her family or friends, or they're doing whatever they're doing. Doesn't matter what she says. I'll tell you, that's really awesome. Sounds like fun. I hope they're having a great time. And now we're communicating. Now, what I frequently will do, I won't hit them the same day with, hey, I got these fancy videos I want you to watch. I won't hit her the same day, but maybe in a day or two. I'll just make a note that I want to get back to Vanessa, and in a day or two, I'll shoot her back a message that says, hey, how'd that birthday celebration go? By the way, da-da-da-da-da, and we're talking. Mario, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, what you did the same thing I do. I talk to about it, and then I'll call them up. I'll PM them. I'll PM, or now some people are shy with the video, so you just on your cell phone you can hit the mic and just leave a voicemail.
Right.
So some people tell me that I teach them. I said do a little video because it's unusual. It's a good way to practice, but if not, then do at least a mic. And I follow up the next day and say, hey, how was the birthday party? How did you do? And I go back to the old school 7 times, so I'll talk to you 7 times. Usually within those 7 times, somebody asks me, what do I do? And the other thing is, if you leave a birthday message and they don't respond, then that's a good indication they're not active on your list. Get rid of them and find somebody new.
Right.
Eventually.
Right. Yeah. Almost everybody responds.
Yeah.
So, once a year, bare minimum, once a year, you have an excuse to communicate with everybody on your list. Okay, we are very short of time tonight, so there's one other thing I want to show you tonight. Last week, we were playing with this search, people who like healthy living and live in, and of course, I'm in the San Diego area, so that I was using San Diego. We also, we played with Michigan last week, and we found we could make it work in Michigan. We found out we had to expand the area from, what city were we trying to do it in, Laura? Commerce, right?
Yeah, it was Commerce Township.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't work. Apparently nobody in Commerce Township, either they don't live there or they're not into healthy living. But at any rate, people who like, pardon me?
I was going to say, then there was like nearby city. I forget what Marta said. But I think we searched Michigan.
We did search.
Yeah, and there was only a few people. But I think I searched Detroit and got a couple.
Right.
So
you gotta play. You gotta play with these searches. I've been playing with this one, and I'll just show you. Okay. I'm going to come back to Sue's question. What do I say? Here's Zarko. I've messaged everybody that's on this list, but I'll just pick on Zarko just to give you one example. Here's Zarko. I sent him a message. See all. See full conversation. A message. My opening message. Hey Zarko, I stumbled across you looking around for people in the San Diego area who are into organics and healthy lifestyle. We also have mutual friends, especially Ray Higdon and Mark Hoverson. Love those guys. Love to connect with you. Are you in power? He looked to me like he was in power, the solar stuff. So I got an answer back. This is just today. Now, this is sort of real time. Hey, Len, yeah, great to connect. I'm fully on board the power revolution of clean energy. So my next question to him, and this is where we are right now. Awesome, Zarko. Are you also aware of all the other toxins in our environment and the impact they're having? So I'm waiting for him to get back to me now, because the next thing that's going to happen, he's going to come back and he's going to either say yes or no. I don't care what he says. It doesn't matter. I'm going to ask him if I can shoot him a couple videos for him to take a look at. Now, right now, I have my videos out to a total, I'm going to say probably more than 30 people, probably less than 50. I don't know what the number is. I didn't count, but they're out. There's a lot of them out there. I haven't done as effective a job of follow-up as I need to, and I'm going to be far more focused on that over the next couple of weeks. But that's how I'm opening the conversation. Now, the reason I brought you over here is because what I want to do is show you an interesting little tidbit on this that I found today, just playing around. And by the way, I've messaged a bunch of these people. I'm just going down this list. But I want to share something that I found pretty interesting. Word healthy living, and change one word. I'm going to change the word to lifestyle. And the reason I'm doing this, there's two points here. One is a very slight change in the search terms can produce a big change in the results. So, healthy lifestyle, we get a completely different list of people, completely different. So, I thought that was pretty interesting, and I didn't realize that until the last couple of days in playing with that list. But here's another completely new list of people that I can go shoot messages off to. So, and again, as you know, as you folks know, I have a lot of these messages pre-written. So I just go pull them off my Word file. You can pre-write the messages and copy and paste and make minor changes. Again, once again, and I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to go to the other webinar. But once again, I always go. I'm not going to bother to click on her. There's nothing interesting there at all. But I always go to their page. The tab, going over to the page. I always go over to the page. I look around. I see what I like. She studied economy. She went to San Diego. She was in San Diego. She's from San Diego. I'll go. So, okay, now there's an interesting post, and that was posted today. So I would probably like and comment on this post. I'm not going to take the time to do that right now because I don't have the time. And then if I could follow her. I can't, so I'd send her a message and we'd just see where it goes. It may not go anywhere. It may go that she's a leader on my team. I don't know. So that's part of what I'm doing. So let me come back to one of my fan pages, Len's Healthy Living, Healthy Aging fan page. Let it load. Here we go. Let it load. All right. Posting in groups. Now here's the lead magnet. By the way, for those of you who don't know, here it is. This is the closing magnet from our funnel system. So I've already posted it, and I'm sharing this stuff into groups. So for example, I click on share. Do we have an open mic with somebody? Is that Laura? Is that your kids?
Oh, sorry.
And then I just go share into groups, and this is what I do. It's not the only way, but many of the groups I'm sharing into are groups that have the word MLM in them. So here's 10 different MLM groups that I share all these posts into. Now, I'm not going to do that right now. So, and as Laura's pointed out, and as Mario has pointed out, I'm going to come off the screen share. You can do this sharing in these groups. You can also go into the groups and interact in the groups. And if you do that, if you go into the groups and do the interactions in them, you're going to get more engagement. So Walled Lake, yeah, or Oakland County, yeah, okay, okay. Laura's back. So, am I back now?
Yes, Len, we see you.
Okay. Laura, I've got to go. Laura, Mario, I've got to go. So anybody who wants and is interested, come on over. Go green, get paid.com/live. GoGreenGetPaid.com/live. That's the live webinar. Uh, I know some of you have heard it enough times that you've probably got it memorized. So I mean, I don't need you to be there to support me. But if you haven't heard that webinar or aren't familiar with it, come on over and spend it. It's just about a half hour and maybe a little change. Depends on how fast I talk. That's the corporate version of the Shift Up webinar. So I'll be doing that starting at 6 o'clock. Mario, thank you so much for coming over and joining us and participating. Do you have anything else you want to add before I close it down?
No, you just, like you said, go green, do that, because you get a lot of little notes and tidbits. It's always good to listen to somebody else's perspective, and then you use that and make a comment. Hey, after listening to this, I learned this. Just keep learning, constantly learning.
There you go. Well, the Go Green Get Paid webinar is, I mean, there's enough material in there for you to write blog posts for the next 2 or 3 months from one webinar. Pick one set of points and blog about it or post about it. Hey, I was on the Go Green Get Paid webinar last night, and this is what I learned, and blah, 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 blah.
But it also will help somebody like Sue, like she says what to talk about. Now she has it'll get her conditioned to say, hey, this, and this, I learn each time I listen, I learn something new.
Yeah. And there is a replay link. The Go Green Get Paid webinar, the webinar that I do right now at 6 o'clock, if you use that same link, gogreengetpaid.com live, in a little bit of time, it will go to the replay. I have to go out to YouTube and do some minor editing on the webinar material itself. Although we may not have to tonight, I don't know. We're changing the way we're doing it tonight. We'll see how it works. So, Laura, do you have anything to add?
No, just thanks, Len, for your help always and teaching us. I appreciate you. Thanks, Mario.
No, I appreciate you. We're all in this together.
Yep.
Let's make it work together for everybody.
Thank you, Laura, for your help the other day. So everything's good. Is this the right one, Len? The link I put in the chat so people could click on it?
Yeah, that should take them there.
Okay.
It should go. It should take them there.
Okay.
I can test it real quick.
Yeah, I can never. My typing skills stink. So.
There it is. GoGreenGet.com live. I didn't put the HTTP in front of it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But you know what? It should be okay. HTTP://gogreengetpaid.com/live. That should be a clickable link.
Yep. Beautiful.
That works.
Now it says it goes to the old webinar because it's going to last week's replay, but in a few minutes it will go to the live stream.
Okay.
So thank everybody for coming. If there's anything, if anybody doesn't understand the things we talked about, the legendary lounge, the funnels, anything that we talked about, just get in touch with me or get in touch with Laura or anybody you want to. Mario, get in touch with one of us, ask your questions, get some help. We'll help you. All right? I'm going to go.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye for now.
Bye.